watching my live, won't click on it. I'm a butt on a rolling, no tick on it. They ain't tell you about Rude, I got a kick on me. I just pray that my dog don't switch on me.
Reset TV, what's happening? It's your boy G8. Now listen, man, it's been a good week. Let's try to make it a better one. We're about to get into this Drea, Gil, and Nick situation again, but I want to come at it from a different angle. And let's check this out. Look, real quick, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Listen, we're trying to go live when we hit 10K subs. Also, I do have a real life outside of this, so money got to get made and take care of the bills and little ones, you feel me? So unfortunately, I'm not able to spend the time that I would like on here. My dream is that we get this thing going where I could make it a daily non-stop movement. You got to feel me on that. Now listen, with Drea being exposed by Nick Young and kind of Gilbert Arenas, there are two ways you can look at it, and also a few things to break down about this. The first way you could look at this situation is that usually those conversations aren't public. For the most part, most men, no matter the race or background, have these talks in private. Gilbert Arenas was not the one to put it out there, basically about him receiving top from Drea in the back of the car. I mean, that sounds crazy the more you think about it, because that's Jalen Green's BM, and this brother gotta just process that. But hey, I digress. Let's continue. But he Gilbert actually co-signed it. Even though he didn't put it out there, he co-signed it because he was somewhat laughing, did not tell Nick to chill, and therefore, by way of affiliation, people are going to group both of them together as immature men who gossip. You know what time it is. People have pointed out that Jalen Green is a part of the NBA brotherhood. Now, I think that is a reach to call someone your brother because we play professional ball, like in the, professional ball in the same league, this case NBA. Like, I understand the linkage though, you feel me? But I think that's too much to do that. But because we do play in the same side of things, right? For Jalen, he's young. And for him to see two older retired players in Nick and Gil speak like this about his BM, regardless of her past, is like you're raining on his parade with a child on the way. Let's not forget that there's a baby on the way. This is his baby mother. No matter how we feel about he a simp, he a this is a young boy that got a baby mom, unfortunately with a reputation that Drea has. Still, it's like Nick and Gil are older representatives of the same thing that Jalen does, which is play ball, trying to make a way, you feel me? And for that story that they chose to speak on, which could have been told by Nick any other time, he chose to bring it out after Drea announced her pregnancy, which she's 7 months pregnant, by the way. Now, that's a convenient thing to do when you want to be cold, son, because that was cold. A part of me was just not cool with it. I got to keep it a buck. Now, on the other hand, which is another angle that you could look at this, and this is where I might get backlash, but it's like Drea is the same woman that said wholeness can get deleted. Do y'all know how dangerous that statement is? And I repeat, she said 304ness can be deleted. That is a dangerous statement, especially to our younger black women. We have a community where abortion is running rampant. Entire generations of black folks never to be again. Where there are fatherless homes, where morals, especially today, seems to be non-existent when it comes to giving away cooch like a church giving away free bread. Nah, for real. Women like Drea, who is 39 years old, seems to have not matured. This chasing the bag mentality by any means shouldn't be tolerated when you got this grown-ass woman who seems to only procreate with male athletes, yet sends a thought signal into the universe of the streets and basically told women, you can delete your wholeness. Come on, Drea. Come on now. Let's see how Jalen's parents feels about deleting wholeness, because honestly, I truly wish I heard from Jalen's parents, specifically mother, because ladies, ain't no way you cool with your young rising star athlete son getting a 39-year-old Drea pregnant. And let's be clear about this. Drea knew where to find that young man. They didn't just coincidentally find one another. Nah, Drea is a professional athlete hunter. And on occasionally on the side, she messes with singers and other people of notoriety in the entertainment business. So yeah, even though I may say Nick and Gil was being immature, I do love, at least a part of me loves it when 304s get exposed. I cannot tell a lie. Look, I love seeing them get the backlash that they deserved, especially a 304 like Drea, who pushes a message like your wholeness can be erased. Come on. With the shaming of behaviors like living loose lifestyles, where you're giving head to a man in the, in this case, a ball player like Gil in the backseat of the car, where some of his buddies, including Nick Young, were in the ride, then hopefully with those shaming tactics where you get blasted through the social media scope, right? Hopefully another Jalen Green wouldn't want anything other than a fun time with the thoughts like Drea. No depositing your future that becomes their fortune in their failing vagina banks. That's how I feel about it. Jalen Green put more value into Drea again, because before that, she was just fading away from people's memory. She was nothing that serious, and she did what most women like that do. Listen, she rebooted back up, got on the hunt, and got a young man who didn't know any better. I still blame Jalen though. Let's not make any mistakes about that. But in conclusion, in my era, I still remember being very young in the 90s. You literally could feel the stigma of a woman that shifts course and engage in promiscuous behavior. You could feel the community shaming her. You could feel like, all right, I can't be around this girl too much because people gonna look at us like I'm a part of something disgusting here. Like, there was a level of understanding with that stuff. Today, there's really not that much shaming going on, or entertaining the negative aspects that may come with being a bit loose out here in these streets, dare I say. I read some of the comments surrounding this entire situation with Drea, Nick Young, and everybody else, and surprisingly, it has been mixed. I really thought more women would be rooting for Drea, but many shared their disdain for Drea, misleading Jalen Green, who again is the same age as her 22-year-old son. But Drea, regardless who is siding with you or not, it's important for our young women to understand why being promiscuous like this can have negative consequences. You can damage your inherent value in any dating market. And remember, ladies, your common value in the same said dating market isn't necessarily dictated by you. Nah, it's from your male counterparts, i.e. the potential suitor. And when a man seeks out a woman whom stands apart from the rest, this is the order of which he goes on this journey of choosing the right woman. Keeping it blood raw, and let's be real, is based on firstly her looks, then her chastity, and finally her fertility. Understand, Drea has put herself in a position where people like Nick Young can immaturely bring back up a scenario where maybe Drea don't even give it energy anymore. She's thinking that was something that happened long ago. But ladies, y'all don't understand this. For many men, that so-called fun time never truly leaves some of us. It's just, there are those of us that could care less to bring it back up. I'll tell you that much. But the degrading aspect of this is that your so-called baby daddy, Jalen, will go through his NBA playing career hearing about the many who have conquered his baby mother, Drea. Many guys who choose to procreate with women who have given their virtue away so cheaply and loosely time and time again have been through what Jalen is going through right now. And being famous definitely does not let the stigma subside. It doesn't subside any easier, I'm telling you. There was a comment, right? A commenter on my last video about Drea. His name is Space Comet 128. He said, if there isn't an OG rookie orientation to teach these young rookies, this will continue. I agree with him. I definitely agree. See, this is where Nick and Gil was wrong. Call that boy privately, Jalen. Even if you want to bring up something like what happened with Drea, find a way to if it really mattered that much, right? Because I heard Gil or Nick, I think it was Nick, saying, if you only knew. All right, if that's the sentiment, right? If he only knew, call him up and let him know. Call him up and school him. Or maybe you don't care about Jalen like that, the way y'all kind of shaded that, brother. Maybe help teach the other young boys. Form something together as older men and talk to him, because let's keep it a buck. Everybody says your father should have taught you, but a lot of these young guys ain't got no daddy. Just being real with it. And look, man, because of the lack of father situation, it's not surprisingly many of these young bucks haven't necessarily had the mental makeup to evade the path of a Drea, the female bag chaser. They don't have that in them. You just naturally think they would, but man, a lot of these young boys are green. Y'all know what green mean, right? They green. They don't know nothing. They don't know nothing. So that's why I felt like it was kind of wrong 50-50 with Nick and Gil coming out publicly with this, because not for Drea. I'm not saying that because like I'm protecting the virtue of a Drea. F her. Please keep exposing the Dreas of the world. But because Jalen Green, a young man, is connected to her, all I'm saying is it would have been better taking the brother to the side and breaking things down to him, or just not coming up publicly at all, because it does, in terms of affiliation, it really attacks Jalen Green, and he's gonna have to hear about it more and more. But all you other young boys, don't be the Jalen Greens of the world, man. Don't be the Jalen Greens of the world. Listen, man, what say y'all in the comment section? Let me meet y'all there and let's discuss this then. I'ma holla at y'all.